Today I'm going to show you how I turn this tablecloth into this style of crop jacket. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Eleanor. I run a fashion brand called Eleanor, and I make either crop jackets or flower bags. Those are the two products that I offer now, but I just wanted to show you my full process of how I make one of these jackets using thrifted materials. This one I found a couple weeks ago at a local thrift store. You might have seen it in my previous video, the thrift haul, and I really wanted to use it as a jacket just to highlight the stitching. I thought it was just so cute, and as a jacket would be amazing. So what I'm doing is honestly one of the most important steps of even starting the jacket, and it's just laying out all my pattern pieces on the fabric, to even see if I have enough fabric to make the jacket, but it's also to see where the pattern of the fabric actually falls on my pattern pieces for the jacket. Of course, I always start with the biggest pieces just to get them out of the way, but also to determine what the front panel will be looking like and how and where to place my pocket. If you've seen some of my jackets before, you can see that I've always tried to make the pocket and the pocket flap blend in. So you can see that I put the pocket square, that little square pattern, in the very corner, and that's because the pattern in that corner matches the front panel on the other corner. Now that I've established that all my pieces fit and it's actually like good, I can make what I want to make, I just take it all off. I undo all the work that I just did, because I'm going to start from the very beginning, but in a way more precise way to ensure that all the pieces are good. And I actually noticed that doing this layout, it was a bit too narrow, but because it was a tablecloth, it had these pre-sewed hems on it. So I'm just stitch ripping the hems apart just to give me that extra bit of width. Okay, so this is actually one of the most time-consuming parts, is I'm trying to just like match up the pattern. Because I have to cut the back piece on the fold, I want to make sure that it's symmetrical. So I'm basically just like lining up the pattern on both sides and then just pinning it all over to keep the pattern consistent. And then the goal is, which is also the hard part, is getting the front to match up on the shoulders and the side seam. So I need to mark this out and flip this over and see. And we're back at it again from the beginning, but this time way more precise and way more technical. You can see I'm making sure the edges are perfectly lined up before I even start cutting anything. And I also start marking where the pattern of the fabric falls on my pieces, so where it falls on the side seam and the shoulder seam. That way when I am placing the front panel, I can make sure it lines up. Here I'm just pinning the fabric together to make sure that the pattern is consistent on both sides. And in this process, I actually realized that the shoulder seam doesn't match up, and I can only match up the side seam. But you win some, you lose some. So may as well just go on cutting the rest of the jacket, because fabric is limited. May as well make the most of it. I'm doing the technique again, but this time with the pocket, and this is just to be sure that the pocket blends in with the front panel so seamlessly, like it just camouflages right in. And I actually have to cut each piece individually, so the pocket flap for both sides, the right and the left. It's quite time consuming, but the end result is always so worth it and so satisfying. I've cut all my pieces, they're all here now, and I also did the fusing and my lining. Where's my lining? And my lining pieces. It's ready to go, but first, I'm so hungry. I need a lunch break. So I'm gonna go get food, and then we'll come back and start sewing the actual jacket. They're actually all the flower bags I've been working on, and we're halfway through. So I just need to move all of these out of the way somewhere. That's, I think, tomorrow's problem. Okay, the official start of the jacket. The first thing I usually always do is I add my label I add my little label just to the back facing. There you go. How cute is that? Looks so official. Now that the facing is done, well, just the label on it, I'm actually going to start with the lining, and just so I could do all the white thread things together, and then that's ready to go. Before I forget, I need to add my content label and the size tag. Finished the lining, so now it actually looks like a little jacket. Not as fun, but it's important. Also, I got a new iron. I've never been so excited about an iron before. My last one just like stopped working. It just didn't get hot ever again. So I had to buy a new one, but I decided to invest in a nice one. Highly recommend. Would get again. I'm gonna just hang this up. And then we can start with the actual jacket. I always start with the pockets. I actually labeled them right and left because it matches the pattern perfectly for each panel, so I can't mix it up. I mean, it's more the pocket flaps because they look the same. But actually I get to wind a bobbin with my new thread. I love getting new thread. Okay, this is what it's gonna look like as a pocket. I just need to turn it out. Okay, once I press it, flatten it, it'll look way better, but a pocket. And then, which side is this? This is left. I really had to think about that. Look how cute. This is the facing, so it's the piece that goes around your neck like this, inside your jacket. Now we're gonna do the collar. I don't like using pins when I'm sewing. I find them kind of annoying, but I only use them when it's like a very technical seam to get right, like putting the pockets on. I like pin the shit out of them so they don't move because it has to like match up. But also now with the center back of my collar, it's important it lines up. So this is the collar. It's not flipped out, but would be like this. That's the look. Okay, so this is where the thing of the pocket. So the first pocket is here. I'll sew this down after. So you can put your hand here, or you can put your hand on the side in between. And it goes between the lining and the front of the jacket. So it's two different pockets. I sewed the pocket flap on, but you can see that's like a little shifted to the side, and from a distance you can tell. So I'm just taking it off and I'm gonna re-sew it back on. We got the pockets. They're looking good. Next is the body. Putting the back to the front and the sleeves on. The best part, really. Ooh, exciting. It's looking cute. I want to try it on already so we can see how it's looking. This is the exciting part because now it's starting to look like what we envisioned. Front sleeve. So this would go in here and attach at the top. Oh, ooh, I'm so excited about this one. I think it will be good. Is that too much line? I mean, too late now. No, it's fine. I like it. We're getting close to the end and I'm actually getting like a sore back, so I have to do like stretches. Ugh. My arms. I just have to attach the lining to the actual jacket now. It is the next day. Last night was getting a little dark and I couldn't see much anymore. Pretty much done. I just have some buttons to add, some little tacks, and then we're good.